Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy, Sammy Rigaud. Welcome to the Sammy Rigaud podcast. Hey, man, we're sponsored by the Georgia Educators for Equity and Justice. We'll have all the information in the bio. Hey, check this out. Today, one of the biggest things I see as a struggle that we have is these kids are soft. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how soft these kids are, right? Let's talk about how different and how passive and how much of a struggle it's going to be to develop leaders out of this. And the reason I think that takes place, the reason I think that happens, is because we don't force every kid to play sports. I am on the team. I'm on the mindset that every single child, every kid should play sports. Every single one of them, right? And there's benefits to it. Studies have shown that there are benefits to it. But we ignore that, and we're having a generation of kids today that are just soft, man. They're different, and it's going to make the world a worse place, right? I don't care what sport it is. I don't care if it's individual. I don't care if it's team. I don't care if it's in the water. I don't care if it has a helmet on. I don't care. I don't care. Right? What is going on? Good? You're not even gonna help. Right? But I don't care what it is. I think all kids should play sports. And there's three specific reasons, benefits that help kids, right? I've been teaching 11 years, and I could tell the leaders are the ones who do sports. The leaders, the ones who have more confidence, are the ones that play sports, right? There's reading and then there's sports. Those are the two things that I would say. So if you're a parent out there and you got a kid on the way, like me, or you're a parent out there who has a child, right, and you want your kid to be successful, to be a leader, number one, focus on their reading, and number two, put them in a sport and watch what happens. See, when we play sports and we put our kids in sports, three things happen. Your physical health and those skills improve, right? All these fat kids, I'm going to say that. I'm sorry. I don't want to say fat. All these obese kids today, all these out of shape kids, right? These things, all these diseases, all these chronic things that are happening because kids are out of shape. We put these iPads in front of the kids. We put the tablet in their hand. We put them on the computer. We put the game system in their hand. And then out of nowhere, we have the worst, right? We're already feeding and the food is different. We're already feeding them worse. And the food is worse, right? It's a fact that the food that we eat today is worse. Why in the world aren't we putting our kids in sports so they can be better? See, playing sports helps kids develop strong muscles, bones, healthy hearts, cardiovascular systems, right? It helps you have an overall physical fitness that can help you fight childhood obesity. And it helps you have habits later in life. Like most people who are healthier in life as they get older had some kind of a springboard from when they were a kid. And these are good habits you can have forever. And you have these kids today that don't play sports. They're out of shape. They're sick. They can't think. Right? The brains work worse. Right? Nutrition is a big deal in that. But the biggest problem I see, honestly, I think every kid should play sports. I think all kids. Now, do I expect every kid to be good at it? No. Do I even expect every kid to like it? No. But there has to be a way where we help our kids have better health in the future. We're doing our kids a disservice if we don't put them in sports. Your physical health can get a lot better and can really be on the right path if you put your kids in sports. The other thing that it helps you do is your social skills, right? How many of us work with people that we don't like? Me, you, who? I'm not gonna raise that because some people from my school watch this. But we might have some people that we don't like that we work with. That's part of teamwork. Or we might have to use our strength. Hey, if I'm stronger at something and you're not, then I could cover you. You can cover me. That's why in sports and we have positions, right? There's a point guard, that person's usually shorter. There's a center, that person's normally bigger. In football, there's a quarterback. He throws it, the receiver catches it. There's somebody trying to tackle the quarterback, and he's teamed up with somebody who's trying to stop the quarterback from throwing, right? It's teamwork. And a lot of people who don't have good teamwork skills, goodness, there's a lot of them kind of folk. But a lot of them who don't have these teamwork skills is because they never played a sport. They're me, I. They never knew what it meant to depend on somebody, to count on somebody, to lean on somebody, to get help from somebody, or they've never learned how to help somebody and not make it so ego, right? It's team sports specifically. I think all kids should play sports because you learn how to get along with people. You learn how to get along with people. And a lot of the kids that I see struggle, the kids that I see that struggle in the classroom, the kids I see that struggle in life, right? The ones that struggle when it comes to teamwork are the ones that they don't know how to work with people. And if you don't know how to work with people, you're missing out on life, man. You really, really are. I think all kids should play sports. All kids should play sport, and even better, a team sport, because you learn how to work with each other. You build friendships. You communicate effectively in team settings, right? You learn important social skills like cooperation, empathy, right? Somebody might get injured, somebody might be tired. You work with that, handling both success and failure with grace, and knowing that you can depend on somebody for the result that you want. You could partner, you could collaborate, you could cooperate with somebody for the desired result. I think kids need to play sports. Yeah, yeah, kids need to play sports. Because kids not playing sports, they're the opposite of that. They become greedy, selfish, egotistical, narcissistic, right? Team sports helps you build your social skills. It helps you with teamwork. I'm married now, and we got our baby on the way. And them sports that I played helped me understand what a team is like. Because sometimes it's about me, right? Within the team, it's about me, and I did it. And there's some things that I can't do that my wife does, and it's about her. And she brings it to the team. I bring my skills to the team, and we make it work. But a lot of times, if people who never played sports, you never learn teamwork, you get into marriages and you suck at it, right? People who don't play sports, you don't really have friends a lot of time because you don't know how to not make it about you and how to be part of something. Some of the best movies that I remember are watching teams overcome things, coming together. I love Remember the Titans because in Remember the Titans, there's segregation going on, right? And then the team they get put together, the schools mix, the cultures mix, and then they get on the sports team and then they have to make it work, even though their community doesn't work. They make it work because as a team, you become a community. And when you put kids not in sports, they struggle. Let me tell you another thing that it does, right? In this same lane. I don't even have this in my notes, but it just came to me. Do you know you can be less racist when you play sports? S- I'm black. I don't know if you could tell. There's a lot of lights in here. I'm black. Some of my best friends growing up were white, Hispanic, Asian, right? Indian. Oh my goodness. Some of my best friends. You learn in sports with them. Because in sports, you take away all the other stuff. You take away color a lot of the time. You take away gender. You take away all that stuff, and it's a team. And our kids playing sports with each other will help this world be a better place. They'll be less racist. They'll be less divided. And I think that's a skill set that we really need to have. We're losing that. We're losing that. Physically, it makes you better. It puts you on a track to move on in life, have better health in life, right? Socially, it helps you because you become a better person. You learn how to collaborate. You'll be a better employee. You'll be a better husband. Be a better church member, a better citizen, a better community member, right? Right? Yeah. And then third, what it does for people, and I can say this on firsthand, playing sports helps your mental health and it helps your emotions. It helps you manage your emotions, balance your emotions. Man, I come from North Miami, Florida, and the chances of me making it in life at anything are very low. It's documented. It's Googleable. You can check it on Google. Where I'm from, people don't really make it that far. But at the end of the day, I was put in sports where I was able to manage my emotions. When I lost, I got angry and I fought. And then coaches would say, no, 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 no. Just be better. And that changed my life. When I lost, right, I got upset. I got angry. And I channeled it into working harder. Or if I won, I got arrogant. I felt really good about myself. And my coaches will pull me to the side and say, hey, you got to be a good winner, right? Act like you've been there before. When you play sports, you learn how to manage your emotions. And in the inner city, that's everything. Because a lot of times we tick in time bombs. We tick in time bombs and anything can set us off. But sports help us because we're able to keep it within the confines of a game. Now, does it leak out? Obviously, right? I don't think we should make athletes do interview right after the game, right? The emotions are going. I don't think we should do that, right? I don't think we should do that. But at the same time, we learn how to manage. We learn how to manage it during sports, man. It changed my whole life. I had the worst anger issues, putting me in anger management classes, putting me in programs, and like, even though I could read, my anger messed up my behavior, so it messed me up at school, right? Anger, anger, anger. Sports help you because when you lose, you work harder. It helps your work ethic, right? Participating in sports can help a child's confidence, self esteem, and their resilience, right? It also helps them take criticism, right? At work, a lot of times, I'll give you a funny story. Please don't bother me, my job. Please don't bother me. It's just an example. But we had to do something where I had to I'll be vague. I had to complete a task. I had to complete a task. And and I did it wrong because I didn't know what to do, but I just did it. They came back to me and they wrote the task that I did. They marked it all up and said, "This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad." And I said, "Okay, okay, okay, okay. Got you." I said, "I'll fix this by Monday." Before Monday came, guess what I did? I fixed it. I fixed everything, changed it the way they told me to. Turned it in. Lady came back to me and said, "This is awesome. This is great." Guess what? I'm like, "Sure, got you." Right? Got you. After she came back to me another day and was like, "Hey, I just want to apologize because I feel like I was too hard on you." You know, I wasn't offended. I told her, I said, "Hey, I'm used to coaching. I'm used to criticism. I'm used to feedback. Fair. If it's fair, give it to me. If I mess up at something, tell it to me so I can fix it." And that's what sports has given me. I couldn't tell you how many times people be like, Rico, idiot, you ran the wrong route. What route I was supposed to run, coach? Oh, snap. My fault. I got you. Rico, you've got short corner. You've got to go that side. For real? I thought I was elbow extended. These are basketball terms. I thought I was elbow extended to the three. Oh, I'm short corner to dunker spot. Oh, my fault. And you fix it. See, when you play sports, you're used to criticism. And these kids today are so soft, you're not putting them in sports, or you're putting them in sports and you're not letting coaches coach them. Timeout. Rant. You got to let these coaches coach your kid. I don't care how much money you pay for the sport. I don't care how much time you have where you're watching the game and the practice. Let coaches coach, right? These people invest their time. They're not against your kid. They're out here trying to help your kid. Let them coach. Let your kid make mistakes. Let them get coaching. Let them fix those mistakes. Right? Give coaches the chance to do their job and invest into your child. I'm sick and tired. I coached for 1 year, and I coached for more than 1 year, but I had so many parents like all in the business. Hey, I think he should do this. Hey, I think he should do this. And the first couple I took, and that was my mistake. I took a couple of those advices. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Halfway through, I'm running stuff with the kids that I don't even know. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got this advice from this advice from all that was wrong, and it was messing us up. Why? Because you got to let these kids be coached, right? Because if they can't be coached, they can't be employed, right? And if they can't be employed, they're going to be broke. And unless you got infinite money, if your name is Elon Musk, if your name is Jeff Bezos, if your name is Mark Zuckerberg, then you could have enough money to make your kid never work. They never have to be critiqued. They never have to be coached. They never have to be anything. They could just live off of daddy and mom. Stop it. Let them be coached. Rant over. So we're going to clip that one. Clip that, right? But anyways, your mental and emotional state, they get better when you play sports. You're not as soft. You're more fluid. You understand, hey, I can be criticized. I can be coached, right? It's a healthy outlet for your frustration. I couldn't tell you how many times I hated my coach. I hated my coach in the moment. But then I fixed it, and then I scored or I did something good, and it felt good. You overcome obstacles and you overcome things when you play sports, and those are skills, traits, habits that you can transfer over later. It helps you learn. It makes you disciplined. So many kids don't have discipline today. They never start something and finish it, right? Sports can help you with that. So many kids have no manners. Why? Because you could talk to people however you want. No. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, coach. No, coach. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mr. such and such. Miss such and such. Lady, brother. There's a way you got to communicate. You can't just let these kids run rampant. But guess what? You learn that in sports. In sports, you learn discipline. There's disciplines, or you learn, like, if you what you put into it is what you get. If you don't put in a lot of hard work, you're not going to get a lot of results. And I'll stop there because this wasn't even supposed to be that long. But I think what we can learn from kids, we must put our kids in sports. We have to put them because they're obese and they're losing their childhood. They're losing their lives at an early age. They're depressed. Their health is going down, and then they can't be in a team with people, right? They have bad teamwork skills. And then emotionally, they can't handle criticism. They can't overcome things. They can't have obstacles. They have no manners. They don't respect authority. It's bad. Put your kid in sports right now. You finish watching this, like, subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and go put your kid in sports. Thank you.